Hi guys, and welcome back to another episode of Rebuilding Stockport. Today I thought we'd start on Callum Gribbin. I know I've been showing you the regens. Of course, do drop in the comments any players you want me to show you, because I tend to just pick the first one I see, which often tends to be regens. But I thought we'd show you Gribbin because, he's had a lot of injuries this year, which has really stopped him from playing a great deal. He's out with a twisted ankle now. More on that in a minute. But, God, I just feel like if we could get him in the team for a run of games... I mean, Shasha was doing fantastically in his place. Fair play. But Gribbin just offers us something more from an attacking perspective, and I want to have him in the team more, but the injuries have just really prevented that. He is wanted by a few players, presumably Premier League teams. Weirdly wanted by Sunderland, our opponents for today. Rumour has it that Neil Brock drives to training in a cosy coupe due to his diminutive stature. I mean, yeah, he's probably got a tiny little smart car, no doubt. Or just like one of those, like, toy cars. Slobodan Basic has his own YouTube channel series where he teaches the fundamentals of defending. It's called Defensive Basics with Basic. Now that is a channel I could subscribe to. Some say when Liam Miller did his Ancestry.com test, he found out he shares a great-great-nan with Norman Millington. I mean, if this is true, this is the breakthrough we all needed. I knew there was something special about this guy. Perhaps Sir Liam Miller later down the line to carry on the theme of aristocracy with Norman Millington. Hopefully you guys actually remember Norman Millington. Someone clearly does. Brilliant stuff. So we've had a big chunk of games off camera. And do you remember a couple of episodes ago when we had a lot of games with a lot of goals, and then it kind of just petered down a tiny little bit? It's back. It's back, and in greater numbers. So fresh off the back of that 4-2 home win against Swansea, we travelled to the New Den, and this was mostly a very second half game, although we did take the lead just before half time through Adam Idah getting yet another goal to add to his tally for the year. I think that was his 10th of the season. Brilliant from him. And then just after the break, he made it 2-0 with his second of the night. He really is starting to find some incredible form, and look at the number of key passes we were creating in this game. Shashua had 6, Miller with 5, Booty with 6. They were just unbelievable. And then Liam Miller made it 3-0 on 65 minutes. Game, set, match. I thought we were playing unbelievably well. And then, well, it was our own mistake. A terrible back pass. That's the second terrible back pass I've seen lately. Callum Price was put through and made it 3-1. He then grabbed another one 3 minutes later before Aidan O'Brien peering at the back post to make it, I think it was the back post, 3-3 in the 89th minute. And to throw something like that away was just awful. However, Callum Gribbin's free kick, he hasn't played for a long, well, obviously because of injuries, hadn't played for bloody ages, came off the bench. Oh, did he? I can't actually remember if he started this one or not. Well, he must have come off the bench because Shashua played. And in the 95th minute, gave us a 4-3 victory at the Dell. So back-to-back games in which we'd scored 4 goals. Brilliant. What's that you say? You like 4-3s? Well, we had another one in store for you. The amount of games this year in which we've scored 4 goals or more is truly terrifying, to be honest. But here we were again. Liam Miller, this wasn't great really, because we picked up an injury. Obviously Idah was injured in the last game, and as a result he has missed every single match from that one onwards. He might be able to play today against Sunderland, but I'm not sure. And in this game it wasn't that much better. Liam Miller limped off early, and Callum Gribbin went off and is again going to be out injured again. The injuries have definitely played a role, but not in this game, thankfully. We took the lead through Miller. Bob Henderson equalised for Bristol City. We went back in front through Chris Thorpe, who had to start up top in this game. Nice to see him get a goal, though. Unfortunately, they equalised through Callum O'Dowda. Good finish. Just a bit annoyed at the defenders, who O'Kane actually tackled it into... Or was it Basic? I think Basic tackled it into the path of O'Dowda. Bit annoying. We went back in front for a third time through John Okoro before an immediate, literally dead immediate, equaliser from Josh Brownhill. But yet again, for the second game in a row, we pulled out a 4-3 win in stoppage time. A 96th minute winner from Niall Ennis. A wonderful ball in from John Okoro, and Ennis smashed it home. Okoro is, again, he's absolutely on one. A goal and an assist in this game as well. That's 3 straight wins in which we'd scored 12 goals. Lots are conceded, but we were scoring the goals and scoring the wins. Unfortunately, it was at that point that the form took somewhat of a dip. It's fair to say that the form took a dip. I believe this is... We had 3 players suspended for this game, I think, and we were also missing Idah, Miller, and Callum Gribbin in this one, and I think there's a few other players out as well. Malden did not have a good game in this one, unfortunately. They went in front early on for Dale Stevens, and Ben Brereton made it 2-0. In the second half, we got a goal back through Brandon Hanlon, and I thought, right, game on. So we threw players forward trying to get the equaliser, and unfortunately, it just cost us massively. Brereton scored again, Che Adams, and then Tin Tantrum, which is a fantastic name for a young regen. Malden did not cover himself in glory in this match, unfortunately. For Tantrum's goal, he came flying out of his goal from a free kick for no reason, and Tantrum just flicked it over him to make it 5-1 to Blackburn. Brought right back down to earth there. Unfortunately, in the next match against Middlesbrough, who were above us in the league and challenging for the playoffs, we just didn't seem to have much bite to us anymore. Without Idah up top to link things up, he really is the key to the way we're playing at the moment. We're playing a lot like we were at the start of the season. When Idah was in the team, but he wasn't really doing anything, this is how we're playing again. Simone gave Middlesbrough the lead in this one before Liam Miller's penalty just before half-time leveled things up. However, even more just before half-time, Alex Beringer made it 2-1 to Middlesbrough, and they just sort of hung on for the rest of the game. Back-to-back defeats. Disappointing. Still scoring goals, at least, but yeah, not great. And then it was just a pure frustration fest down at the City Ground. 19th place Nottingham Forest. We travelled there again without Adam Idah. But still, we should have had enough in this game to do something. We created absolutely nothing, as you can see from the key passes. Forest didn't create a lot either. They had most of their shots. I think 13 of their 18 shots were from long range. And unfortunately, all 3 of their goals were from long range. Matty Cash, after Malden punched one out, Cash picked up the ball and just drilled it in the top corner from an incredibly tight angle. Nabil Touizi, his goal was a lot better. It was just a purely brilliant strike. And so was Joe Lolly's, cutting inside on his left foot and bending one into the bottom corner. But all 3 goals, long-range strikes. Bit disappointing, but we didn't deserve anything from the game. We just didn't offer anything, and that suddenly becomes 3 straight defeats. We are incredibly hit and miss. The draws have gone out the window. We've not drawn for quite a while now. It's either win or lose, and when we win, we tend to win big score lines. But not enough goal difference. Whereas when we lose, we got the 5-1 against Blackburn, 3-0 against Nottingham Forest. Those are really costing us. So we're 12th in the league, sort of dead centre in the league, 14 points clear of the relegation zone. That seems to be a non-issue right now, and 7 points off the playoffs. There's a lot of teams around us still, though. I genuinely think that we're part of a sort of pack of teams now where it's sort of between... I don't know, really. We were at one point looking really good. At one point, we were actually as high as 7th after that game, after the 3rd consecutive win. We went as high as 7th, but now it just slipped away. John Okoro, top assister in the league, though, with 8 goals. Miller, 12 goals in the league, and Idah with 10. I just think what could have happened if Idah hadn't missed those 4 matches, because we played so well with him in the team. I don't know if he'll be able to play today against Sunderland because of his condition, but the next matches he will definitely be back for after the break. So if we can just get through Sunderland today and play a little bit better, I'll be all right with that. Like I said, I never expected to get promoted this year. I'm just enjoying the matches being absolute humdingers with goals galore. If we can just turn down the number of goals conceded a little bit and score a few more, and I genuinely just believe that's down to the quality of the players we've got. But scoring as many goals as we are is definitely fun. Top scorers in the league. I think we're the 2nd worst defence in the league. It's fun. So for today, Sunderland, they were worse off before. They're actually 21st now, so they've just pulled themselves up a tiny little bit, just outside the relegation zone, but they've conceded a lot of goals this year, and we've scored a lot. I just want to see something. Unfortunately, Shasha was suspended today. Gribben is, of course, injured, which means Magoma's going to have to play in there. Idah, again, is still doubtful, so... yeah, hopefully the rest of the lads can actually do something for once. But every win that we get is just a big step in the right direction for me in this division. We're looking comfortable in terms of staying in it. And that's all I really care about for this year. Just to keep things nice and steady, bringing through the players. John Okoro, they now reckon, is a Premier League talent. I mean, not currently, like he could be, and I see no reason why not. He's got 8 goals and 8 assists in the league this year in 19 appearances. If he does that again in the second half of the year, then I can easily see this guy getting 20 goals this year, and that would be something else. Anyway, do a little bit of a switcheroo here since we've got suspensions and injuries. Ennis... I've tried Chris Thorpe up top a few times this month, and it just hasn't happened for us. I've tried Brandon Hanlon a few times, and it's been iffy at best. Maybe we should start up... Oh, no, that's not what I'm meant to do. Maybe we should start up top with Niall Ennis and just give him a run out up top today, see if he can do a job for us. Okoro, Magoma... Oh, dear. This is the thing. Booty... He is looking proper knackered. But then I'm going to put Booty back in. I know he's knackered, but we've got a long rest after this. So I think it's worth him playing in today's game. He might be able to score another one of his Booty specials. Bridges, O'Kane, is Gray a bit too knackered? I'm going to put Gray in as well, because I feel like he's good enough, and I'm not playing an Ebakare. If we're going to play someone... no, we're going to put Nerffield back in. They can have a rest. They can sleep when they're dead. So on the bench, Murphy, O'Kane, Poole, Brock, and Ebakare. Won't use him though, probably. Chatiel and Chris Thorpe. Giving some players a rest. Also, you might notice we've got a couple of friendlies lined up in this sort of weird break period between us and Man City and also Aston Villa. They approached us, which means that we're getting a fee and, like, some income. So we're going to get about 150 grand, which at the moment is actually quite important for us. So they've got max power here. And Saido Berahino up top for them. So we're in no danger of conceding a goal then. Of course, now that I've said that, he will inevitably score against us today. We will do everything in our power, our max power, to try and prevent that. Aidan Flint also playing for them in a defensive midfield role. Time to put an end to this poor run of form. Let's go and at least finish on a high. Let's finish the, whatever this first period of the year we're going to call. let's just finish with a win. We're at home. Sunderland are a bit of a struggling team in this league at the moment. We've got goals in our game, that is for sure. Defensively, we do look a little bit suspect still, but... well, very suspect, but hopefully we can try and clear that up towards the second half of the year. Horgan, that's a poor effort. Hello, is this thing on? There's no highlights. This is definitely on extended. I sometimes have to keep checking for some reason. Even though, I still get confused when we get huge periods of no highlights happening. I keep thinking we're not on extended anymore. Here we go. Oh, wait, no. Power. I thought this was going to be our chance, where it could still be. Okoro's in! Yes! John Okoro, 9th goal of the year, sneaking in at the back post. Stockport 1, Sunderland 0. Where would that put us in the league? God, there's so many teams on 31 points. Would we join them or not? I think we would. This is dreadful from Max Power. Like, this is a suicide ball, literally. Okoro does superbly to sneak in there. Not the best finish on the first time, but goes for the second attempt. He's got his 9th goal of the season already. John, yes, mate. Seriously, nothing's happening. Oh, hello, finally, something's actually happened. There's been so few highlights in this game, it's unreal. But I would like a nice boring one where we just get a clean sheet and a win for once. We haven't had one of those in such a long time. The Luton one's the last one I can remember. Bruno does well. Oh, no, he doesn't. the header was a bit poor. Horgan. Great goal from Daryl Horgan. Sunderland level here at Edgeley Park. Oh, damn it. They've mostly shot from range. We've limited them to those shots. And we've conceded another one. I know some people were complaining about conceding a lot of long shots, but I hadn't really noticed it until that Nottingham Forest game. And I thought, oh, it's just a bit of a blip. This is a wonderful strike from Horgan, though. And it's 1-1 here at Edgeley Park. We've got to do better than that. We'll get to half-time, we can assess. Okay, maybe there is a sting in the tail before half-time. Sunderland haven't been that bad, and we've not been that good. That's what I would say. Oh, God, that's a terrible... No! Yes! Molden denying Saido Berahino a chance there. Oh dear, this is what I mean. The lack of Adam Idah in this squad just really seems to limit us from an attacking perspective. Blocked. Mengi. We just don't have the same potency going forward as we did before. Still got a few goals in the team, but just not this. We look worse defensively without Idah as well. Well, particularly as Horgan was the man that scored their goal. We'd prefer if he didn't score another one. Also, just going to move to counter press and slightly longer passing, because we've got so much of the ball. I feel like we can get away with it. Maybe just firing one in behind for Niall Ennis is what we could... Look at the passing. Brilliant stuff. Have we got any options off the bench really up front? Apart from, Neil Brock maybe? That's the thing. When Idah's out the team, we really are lacking a striker. I do worry about the fact that we might not be able to get him back next year. But honestly, if we had any transfer funds in the summer, I would be happily to plough the whole lot into Adam Idah. I'm already that convinced that he's the man for us. See, when he comes back from injury, hopefully he'll pick up where he left off. Magoma's been really poor in that position, and... this is the thing, when you're missing both the players in that pivotal role, and that role is really important for us now. I might make the subs now anyway, because I'm going to do this. I might try Che Tilt in here. Apparently he can play in there. He's got a bit of extra pace, perhaps. Nerfield's not had a good game either, and do I trust an Embakare? You know what, I'm going to make 3 subs. We've got to come up with something here. I'm going to get Neil Brock on as well. Look, Sodslaw will score directly from this corner, and it won't matter so much. Nerfield's ball in. Miller! Oh, dear Emilia. No, I don't think it's going to happen. Looks like it's going to be Stockport 1, Sunderland 1. It's more dropped points. First draw for quite some time, and it's really costing us in terms... Now we're 7 points from the playoffs. I mean, a good run will still put you back up there, and I know that isn't our target, but you can feel that this team has got contender written all over it in terms... if we could just get our act together in certain games. Better defensively in this game, but we just let Daryl Horgan score. We just didn't have the same attacking threat today. And I believe that's because we just didn't have a good player in that attacking midfield role, and we're missing Adam Idah so dearly. Thank God he'll be back soon. So we're going to go into the winter... not winter break. We come back in bloody December. It's weird. We literally... our next game is on Boxing Day, or the day after. No, I think it actually is Boxing Day. And we're going to go into that period literally dead in the middle of the table in 13th place. You can see where the problems lie. Once Idah's out of the team... we go from scoring 4 in back-to-back-to-back games to only scoring 3 in the next 4 matches without Adam Idah in the team. He is so important. But anyway, next episode is going to be Ipswich Town and a double live comp of Ipswich and Sheffield United. Ipswich doing all right for a newly promoted side. They came up with us, and Sheffield United doing very well towards the top. So 2 decently difficult games, but Idah will be back unless something drastic happens over this period. Got friendlies against Aston Villa and Man City. I might throw a couple more in there just to keep the players fit, because most of these guys aren't going to be going to the World Cup. In fact, I can't see any of them going. Imagine if John Okoro got called up now for Nigeria. It seems unlikely because he's not got a single call up before, but you never know. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, it might have been quite a short one, just because of the way the match went, then drop a like on the video. That would be superb. And if you're new to the channel, and I've really loved the rumours and chances you've come up with lately, guys. You've been on top form. I was killing myself laughing at some of the stuff I read earlier. That was fantastic. But yeah, If you enjoyed the video, drop a like, that'd be fantastic. If you're new to the channel, hit that big old red subscribe button, and yeah, join me tomorrow for, well, hopefully us getting back to winning ways. It's 4 games without a win now. We had a stretch like that earlier in the season, and then we came through it, and I think it was actually, no, it was against Luton it took us. These are going to be tougher games than Luton, but I still feel like we've got it in us. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.